Hello, hello. Welcome to our live stream. I'm Rachel Archelaus, founder of the Intuitive Art Academy and co-creator of the Aligned Up Level, which is coming back pretty soon. So check out the link below if you want more information on that. And I'm with the amazing Carrie Roldan, who is also the co-creator of the Aligned Up Level.
I love that we're starting to introduce ourselves that way. Yes, we are. And I know that's not exactly what we're talking about today, but man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm so excited for the next Aligned Up Level. They always come at exactly the right time. And I'm ready. I'm ready to up level yet again.
Me too. I feel like I'm just now peaking from the last one in April. Like it is, you guys, at this point, we're just selfishly doing this for ourselves because we want to carry that momentum forward. And we notice, like, okay, at the event, you're riding high. It is amazing to be surrounded by all of those incredible people doing the same thing you want. And then you hit the bumps. But then once you get through the bumps, you're like, phew, and it's just incredible. And then we have one just at the right time for you to keep going up and up and up. So, yeah. All right. But on to today. We are playing some games. So, certified intuitive artist and inventor, mentor, and game creator extraordinaire, Jean Barry, has created angels, peacocks, and butterflies. And this is not new, but we're going to play it because it's very helpful for productivity in a very intuitive and aligned way. And it just so happens to be launching on Amazon right now. So if you want one, you can actually get one right now in a very easy and free shipping, I believe, way.
I,
So
is it? I thought it was tomorrow.
you know what though? The link is live though. And I
Oh,
did email Jean to see like, can I actually share this early? She didn't get back to me. So you guys, we're sharing it early. The link is actually below if you want to check it out. Even
yeah.
though it looks my cat, even though it looks like a new product on Amazon, it's been out for a while and we've all been loving it, loving it.
Yeah, so we wanted to share this game with you guys today because we were thinking about Jean and she is launching on Amazon. And I'm certain that the link is live. And I think we like one of our goals, right? We want to help Jean like get this game ranked up high on Amazon. And so I think it is like selling a lot in the right amount of time will help you on Amazon. I think that day is tomorrow, but either way, we're helping Jean and we're helping you because this is amazing. This game, and I'm so glad that this is happening. So just like the Aligned Up Level, I used to play this game like every single day in my business, and then my business started humming along and things right, and like I kind of forgot. And it's like divine timing that that we get to do this now. But I want to talk about actually, is it cool, Rachel, before we play the game, if I talk about this, the idea of bringing more game to our life and business. So our friend Jean, who is the creator of this game, and she helps people create their own games. She is the master of turning everything into a game. Like, and she's a certified intuitive artist, and the way she uses intuitive art is really cool. But anyways, she does this amazing job of like whatever you've got going on. She's like, well, let's play, right? How do we make that a game? And that just the idea of that, the idea of approaching my life like it's a game, my business like it's a game. Oh my goodness, this fly that is flying around my room right now. um, right, but that has been so helpful. And I watched a video that you did, Rachel, where you were like, I talked with my friend Jean and she suggested that I do this. I turn my life into a game this way. So I just want to start with the idea of that. Like, is that the idea of turning more of your life into a game, is that appealing to you guys? Is that something that you would want more of? And if it is, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and I'll just talk about this a little bit because so if you watched my video with Jean on Oracle decks, and then the one on my channel about me actually creating a personal Oracle deck to help me choose what to work on, um, you'll notice that it's still you. Like it almost seems like, okay, well it's a game, it's fun, but am I actually like still connected to myself? Is it still me guiding me in the way that's best for me? And I just want to assure you that in these cases at least, it's totally just you broadening your path of least resistance. And it's funny, I have a lot going on usually at one time, which I like. It keeps me energized and flowing. But sometimes I can get really overwhelming. I'm sure you can all relate to being overwhelmed. And it's just like picking up this and being like, "Oh, I could go and work on my YouTube course right now, or I could go work on my TV show right now." It makes it seem fun and less overwhelming because the decision's been made for me. And of course, I don't always take this advice, but I would say 90% of the time I do. And we'll get into it, but with Jean's game, it's the same thing. There are cards involved, and then you're coming up with a statement from the cards. And so you're still talking to yourself, and it feels really gentle and easy. And then you get to decide if you want to follow through with it.
It's like the way that you follow through with it that is so cool. I don't know. I'm just gonna ask you, Rachel, what are we doing here today? Are we gonna play the game? Like, are we going there?
Sorry, my unmute didn't work. Absolutely. Because I haven't done it yet today, and so I figured maybe we can do our own and then compare, because I think that would be really fun.
I do too, and I'm kind of happy to do it for like whoever. Oh, I need a new. I'm almost out of these. Thank you, Jean, for letting me know. Yeah. Okay. So let's do it. Let's do it for ourselves, and then you guys can watch, and maybe we'll explain as we're doing it, because there's inside of the game. There's 3 different decks. There's your angel cards, your peacock cards, and your butterfly cards. And these just have one. Angel has the word being onto it, because that is how you are being. Peacock is the word energy on it, because that's the energy that you are in. And then butterfly has the word chakra on it, because that's what it relates to in terms of how you're approaching your life and business.
I just want to also shout out to Zach, hey Zach, and Guillaume, who knew that was baby who wanted to get out, my bossy little girl. Thank you for shouting her out. She'll think she's very special. And well, of course she is. And Corinne, hello. Good to see you all.
So Rachel, I am like getting nudged. I know you said let's play for ourselves, but I'm getting nudged to play for somebody who's with us right now. So you guys in the chat, do you want me to play for you? Like, let me know. First come, first serve. I will draw for you.
Yeah, that's great. And maybe I'll do it to like show how it's done. And then whoever replies can.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So right now we're working off this journal card here. And the first sentence is I am, and then fill in the blank from an angel card in my. So we're going to take the angel cards. I'm going to shuffle it up. Here, you can see what I'm doing. I can't. So I'm shuffling the angel cards, and then I'm just picking one. So I am open to assistance, which is really funny because I just emailed my assistant and I said, I'm sorry, I don't have anything for you today, because I didn't have time to prepare anything to give her to do. So I'm open to assistance. In my, so the next little thing is in my, fill in from a butterfly card. So I'm gonna cut these out here. Okay, butterfly card. Chakra 1, purpose in the world. This is getting deep, guys. Really deep. My purpose in the world. Therefore, I am, fill in from the peacock card. Okay. All right. creating. You guys, you already know me. You already know this is absolutely true. Like, I have goosebumps because what magic has just happened? Okay, so now that you have the first top filled out, or I do, I'll read it back. I am open to assistance in my purpose in the world. Therefore, I am creating. I just had a mental conversation right before all this about that. Okay. And so now the next section is now I listen for the answer. And you're just supposed to let something come to you. Just like after you decode your intuitive art, like what's the sentence? What's the story there? So I'm going to listen. Okay. I'm not going to necessarily share because it's personal, but the thing that I wrote down is dive in. There's a certain project that I've been really, really excited about lately. And I asked myself this question yesterday, should I just go full force at it? And yes, I even had a dream last night that I went to the Olympics. So I think we're all in, okay? And then it's just the date, which is a really a good thing. So you can remember when it was from. And then key actions for today. So I'll write down, one of the questions I love is, what am I inspired to do about this? And that way I know that it's coming from my greater self and not just from my mind. So I'll do that. And then Carrie, if you want to get started with your reading, I saw you doing the work for it.
Well, yeah. So I was doing it, and you guys, nobody said pick me, but I keep looking at Zach's name. So I'm kind of feeling like, Zach, this is for you, which is cool because I don't know you. I've only ever seen your name on the screen. I don't know anything about you or your business, but here's what came up. First card was kindness. So I am kindness in my, can I see that? There we go. I'm like backwards. There we go. Chakra 4, marketing funnel. So I am kindness in my marketing funnel. Therefore, I am enjoying, and then we listen. So if I were to interpret this for my own self, right, which it also, of course, it relates to me, right? Like, I am kindness in my marketing funnel. Therefore, I'm enjoying. My particular answer to that question is, I'm enjoying sharing my freebie. And I actually haven't done that in a long time. And it's amazing. It's totally amazing. In fact, I'm going to share it with you guys right now because I am kindness in my marketing funnel and I am enjoying sharing it with you. So I have something called the future self visualization. It's the best. It's the best. It's so good. You're going to love it. It's like a 15, 20-minute meld with your future self. So carrieroldan.com/future self. Get it. But for you, Zach, I am like so wondering what came up, right? What came up for you? I am kindness in my marketing funnel. Therefore, I'm enjoying what comes up. What comes up? And then all we do is key actions for the day. So look, I took my key action. I shared my marketing funnel with you guys. That was easy. It's just, what are you inspired to do about it? Sometimes your key action could be take a nap, right? Like, it's just recognizing like, oh, what am I am kindness in my marketing funnel. Therefore, I am enjoying blank. What am I inspired to do about that? You guys, it's the best way to run your life and business. This is the business edition, so it's business focused, but it's the best. I love it.
Yeah, and you can see how deep and personal it is. It's not like any other game I've ever tried. And it's fun. I mean, who doesn't love shuffling cards? And you get to do it 3 different times and like pick 3 cards. I don't know. Jean is a genius, which we all know. I think her first business name had something to do with genius, didn't it?
I don't know. When I met her, it had something to do with miracles. I love. Okay, here's the thing. We're going to talk about how amazing Jean is. It's weird that we don't have her on, but it's kind of funny about her behind her back. Say only good things behind her back, because the very first time I met Jean, I just felt she presented as so confident and so together and so like amazing as far as like this incredible businesswoman. And I freaking loved her branding. It was like cartoon hearts that I met her at a conference where everyone was like kind of like serious and business like. And here she was, she's like, I help people create miracles in their business. And like, and the fact that I had this idea, like something I really wanted to do. And she just grabbed my arm and said, well, then we're going to do it. And like, and she has helped me so much since that day, which was like 6 years ago or more. Just live in this energy, the energy of like playfulness and relaxation. She is like a huge part of why I know you, Rachel. And like, just live in the energy of like, see what's in the cards for today. And I mean, I can't tell you how amazing it is to like literally approach your business every day or your life, right? We love Oracle decks. We have more of them here. I have actually another one that Jean created. But just to be like, yeah, what's in the cards for today?
Yeah, I know. And Jean was a client of mine for many years, and I got to see her change through her games and her playfulness and helping other people create games and more play and space. And it's really wonderful. And I just want to share that she uses intuitive art in her business as an onboarding and in her discovery calls with people. So she'll do a reading for them to see if they're a good fit to be a client. And I just love that playfulness too, because when you're going to hire someone and pay them a lot of money, whether it's to help create a game or to be a coaching client, it can be a little stressful. But to like leave it up to their higher self and whatever is really aligned for them is such a beautiful way to go. And I've been through that process with her. Like we did a little call together and it was so much fun. I got so much out of it. So Jean's all around really awesome. Jean Berry, jeanberrypresents.com. Go check her out. And also the link to her game is below.
Can I just tell you about intuitive art and onboarding? I have used it. I guess it's onboarding. It's that same process, but I have used it like when people are considering hiring me, I will use intuitive art like, hey, what is this going to look like? Or what's the benefit or like something. And oh my gosh, it is the best. It is the best for that. And I bet I got that from Jean. Like I bet I got that from having a call with Jean or experience with Jean, where it's like, yeah, this is what our work together is going to look like or create. I just used it in a situation like that. It's great. I'm looking at Zach's comment. Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
Me too.
We are aligned. Okay, so I am kindness in my marketing funnel. Therefore, I am enjoying, and he says either access or inspiration, maybe. So I'm yawning. So I don't have to know the answer to this, Zach, right? This is for you. But as you think about I'm gathering that you are a writer. So as you're thinking about your marketing funnel, right? How people find out about how people get to work with you, how they get to hire you, right? I'm kindness in that process. Therefore, I am enjoying access and inspiration.
Makes sense to me. I mean, when I want to hire people for things, if they're kind and open and, talented, I'm definitely going to go for them over just the person that's talented, right? So if you have all those things, you're a shoo-in. That's really great.
So what are you?
Yeah, and I'm wearing my Ease is Easy shirt today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ease is easy.
It is. Oh, I'm yawning a lot today. Rachel.
We're getting straight to it, straight to the heart of everything.
Yeah. Okay. I
She's
just
shuffling, folks. She's shuffling.
in my cards. Well, no. So here's the deal. I I love living by the cards. So just like Rachel's saying, like, I don't always listen to them. I always listen to them. Like sometimes I'll draw a card and be like, that can't be right. And then like but even then, right? Like there's something inside of me that I know. We were just talking about this on another call that Rachel and I lead together about when we really let our higher self take the wheel, right? When we're really letting our higher self drive our life and business, how good that feels. And so interacting with cards, like for me, is an amazing way to let my higher self take the wheel, to get out of my own head. And then my own head goes to work filling in the blanks, right? That's why this paper exists. I keep turning it the wrong way. There we go. That's why this paper exists, right? Is so like our personality self can get comfortable with taking direction from our higher self. The same reason intuitive art exists, right? Like we know, but sometimes we need something right there on the paper that we can refer back to like remind ourselves. I'm gonna yawn again, you guys. And that's why this is so powerful. That's why I love decks. That's why I love this game. I love this game particularly because the key actions for today, I can write down, and this is massive, you guys. I always have like a to-do list 20 miles long, right? I have this tendency to try and cram 2 weeks worth of work into a Monday. Like that is my MO. So I love this because it gives me perspective. It forces me to check in, and then it asks me key actions, which my question to that is, what do I feel inspired to do about this? And then whatever comes up, I can trust that. And it's not a mile long. It's not, it's not 2 weeks of work crammed into a Monday. Oftentimes it's something that wasn't even on my list. It's the linchpin. It's the thing that makes the difference that it wouldn't have happened if it came from here. But because I let it come from here, I trust it. And so that's why I love it.
Yes. Okay, so Carrie has another deck. Do you want to pull one for somebody in the chat or for you or me?
I definitely want to pull for someone in the chat. So if you guys, so this deck, this also came from Jean, because she is a giver. So Jean is in a mastermind that I run, that Rachel is also in. And over the course of a year or 6 months, or I don't know how long, she was just writing things down, like her aha moments, her things that like, as we met, these were things that had meaning to her. She was just writing them down. And then she created a deck with all of these like powerful phrases that came out of our mastermind. But I use this deck, so it is very personal. It is a personal deck. Only the members of our mastermind have it, which is really, really cool. But I use it all the time. I use it regularly in my coaching calls. I'm drawing cards for people, and they are always relevant and important and powerful. So I would love it, girls and guys, if you would let me know in the chat, like just raise your hand, say pick me, right? Pick me in the chat if you want me to draw a card for you, and we can see what powerful message that you get. But in the meantime, I want to draw one for you. So Rachel, is this just a Carrie draw a card for me, or do you have a powerful question?
Well, okay, I have a question. So I would say when I first started my online business, I remember I had this big board of this is my business model, and it was full of ideas, and I showed it to my dad and I showed it to Eric, and they were like, oh, no, it was very underwhelming, even though I was so bursting with excitement. And I thought about that this morning. I'm like, oh, that's actually starting to happen right now. That's happening. And then this game called back to that and was like, yeah, no, that's happening. And we got a yawn from Carrie, which is another confirmation. So I guess my burning question is is what I'm thinking of actually worthwhile to do at this very moment?
All right, so there's a question. Let's see what the message that comes through is. Ooh, Rachel, I want you to unmute because you're going to tell me when to stop.
Oh, stop.
Okay, these are fun questions. I've actually never pulled this one in all the times that I've done it. But the question is, why am I so strong and healthy? So where these questions come from is that in our group, we recognize that sometimes we're asking ourselves the wrong questions. Sometimes we go through our day asking ourselves, why isn't this working? Or why is this so hard for me? Or how come it's so complicated? Or why do I always have to wait 20 minutes when I go to my favorite restaurant? Or like whatever, right? We're asking ourselves. And when we ask ourselves questions in that way, our subconscious goes to work in giving us an answer that aligns with the energy of the question, right? Why am I such a screw up? When you ask that question, you get answers like, well, because I've always been, because when I wasn't, because I have ADHD, because like whatever is true for you, right? So we have some questions in here that make us ask better questions. Like, why am I making so much money? Why is it so easy for me to, right? And so here it is. Why am I so strong and healthy? So I'm going to stop and just ask, because I saw you had a moment of recognition, Rachel. Like, what came up?
Well, I've had some really huge physical changes recently that make me feel really strong and really healthy at the moment. I had this issue with my knee for years and years, and it just resolved out of nowhere. I mean, I've been doing some weight training, which is probably a big part of it. And so yeah, I do feel really strong and healthy right now, and I attribute it not only to that, but just to my building excitement over the last few months about exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, so it immediately was like, oh, you're feeling so strong and healthy because you're getting stronger, and you're like your excitement, your vibration is
Well, and so what came up for me when I drew this card for you, and then you're telling the story of your knee, is the reminder. So Rachel and I, when physical stuff happens, we go to Louise Hay and we look at, like, she has, you can heal your life or you can heal your body. I think you can heal your life has you can heal your body in it. But she has like mental thought patterns connected to physical manifestations. And the one for knees is fear of moving forward. And Rachel and I both were having knee problems. And now we are both feeling so strong and healthy. And yes, we have both like done some weight training and like we have made some changes in our life. But bigger than that, right? Our knee issues have resolved, and neither of us have that fear of moving forward. Like things are right. That's why we're ready for another aligned up level, is like, all right, let's go to the next level. So what I love about this card for you, and Guillaume, I see you, I'll draw one for you. What I love about this card for you is it's a reminder of all of that. And like, you are such, when before you looked at your business plan and people were like, I don't know, right? You were not in this like strong, healthy, vibrant, like I can own my own energy and power kind of place. You had maybe a little bit of fear of moving forward, where now it's like, it's happening and you're strong and healthy and you're able to, I'm even seeing like the holding the weights on your, like you're totally able to shoulder whatever's coming at you now. Yeah.
and
Right.
I feel that like so I went to Idaho a couple months ago, and I got pulled over on the highway. And that's happened to me in the past, and I would have this initial fear come through my body, right? You guys, even if you haven't been pulled over or whatever, like someone yells at you or something happens and you just have that fear response. I didn't get it this time. This time I was just like, oh, I think I'm getting pulled over. Okay. And it was just, I was honest. The guy was like, are you in a hurry? Are you trying to get somewhere? And I was like, no, I'm so sorry. I just didn't realize, like, I was totally cool and honest. And I just got a warning, which also made me recognize my privilege and all of that stuff. But like not having that physical response I was like, wow, that's incredible. I've made a lot of strides in my confidence and what I let bother me. I was shocked, honestly. So yeah.
Love it. Okay, Guillaume. So I'm going to draw a card for you. And since you can't tell me when to stop, I will just stop when I feel like it's time to stop. Ah, this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay, so one of the other members of our group, her picture is on the card because she was the one who mentioned this to all of us. So it is this idea of setting and writing better goals. So Rachel and I, we talk about goals a lot. We go back and forth on how we feel about the word goal and goals in general. But here's what she writes with goals. I am winning at fill in the blank better and easier than I could have imagined. And so it's this idea that instead of like focusing on, okay, my goal is to do this, what are the 12 steps and like blah, 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 just do this, write it down at least once a day. I am winning at blank. And there's some psychology around that phrase, I'm winning at, which I'm thinking about you in the Olympics, Rachel, as opposed to it is, May 30th, 2022, and I am now blah, 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 right? Just this idea, like, I'm winning at, like, I am killing it. I am winning at this thing, at whatever the goal is, and then better and easier than I could have imagined. It's kind of the same thing as that asking better questions, right? It's that idea that like we're shifting our focus around that. So Guillaume, because I know some of the big goals you have, like the message is loud and clear, to just shift your focus around that to like, so winning at that, better and easier than I could have ever imagined. And this is another one. I feel like selfishly, these conversations are always for me. But this is another one that I used to do every day, and I kind of just started doing other stuff. And I am feeling this so hard as I'm saying it, like, oh yeah, I've got some good ones, and I need to remember that. Like, yeah, I'm winning at that, like better and easier than I could have ever imagined. So Guillaume, I'm glad you love the card.
Me too. I know. I love that. So I actually have another deck. I mean, let's just keep going, right? This is so much fun. And another member of Carrie's mastermind sent it to all of us. These unicorn with a rabbit on the back and a rainbow affirmators. And so I'm just going to pick one for the entire group. So all of us here right now, all of us watching the replay, what do we most need to know right now? So once again, I'll shuffle them to you. And Carrie, do you want to say stop this time?
Sure. And stop.
Okay. Oh, Corinne has this deck. Ooh, okay. This is a theme. It says strength. All right.
Strength. We were just talking about that. Like
I know. Mm-hmm. You are hereby declared a strong, resilient warrior of heroic proportions. Enjoy your battles, whatever they are, because you're guaranteed to come through them stronger, brighter, and more compassionate. And based on what I know of mythology, probably with great hair and a six-pack. So good. I love it. I feel like I wanted to say this earlier in the year in our BFF group, Carrie, but I feel like this is the year we get our six-pack. You might have had one at one point. I never really did, but.
So let's just go there. Isn't it funny how we started this conversation with like, you guys, Jean is amazing. Bring more game, right? Whether you buy her game, which I hope that you do, because this is a fun game, right? The fun game for us is like, how can we help Jean's game on Amazon? Like that is our game for us. Like Jean is amazing. Her game is amazing. It is such a valuable practice for all of us. But here's the point. We started with like, dude, we're just going to do a call where we get to talk about the amazingness of Jean. And she, by the way, she's so much bigger than games. Like she's writing children's books. She's another one like Rachel, right? So much amazing, creative brilliance going on. And the big shift that has happened for Jean in the past several years is like, and it's happened for Rachel as well, like and me, now that I'm saying it out loud, to stop trying to like squeeze ourselves into a box, right? Do all the things that bring you joy. And as we stop trying to control how all the things are going to magically like be like keep us in our lane, and as we stop trying to like, what's the word? There's a word, I manipulate, maybe, like just do what brings you joy because it brings you joy. And man, as I've watched Jean do this over the past few years, it's fun to see how like all these things that seem super duper scattered are like just fitting, right? Like if she had tried to make them fit, it would have always felt weird, but she just gave into the joy and is doing such amazing work with so many people who are then going and doing amazing work and just creating incredible things. But we started with like, Jean's amazing. Let's just be Jean's hype person. Like, let's just talk about all things Jean and how much she's brought into her life, and how I'm going to talk about that for a second. So speaking of all things Jean and what she has brought into our life, one of the ways that Jean shows up for me is as an abundance mentor. Oh man, is she good at this? She is so good at standing in wealth and luxury and ease are my divine birthright. So that's actually in intuitive art, that's my purple color. Like that is what wealth and luxury and abundance and ease are my divine birthright. That is what purple is for me. And Jean is such a beautiful living example of that, which is why in the beginning, I fell in love with her brand. I fell in love with her little hearts. I don't know if I have. So on the journal card, you can kind of see that little heart. Like that little heart and the way she had them arranged on her, I was like, I love this lady because it's clean, it's professional, it is up-leveled, and it's playful, and it's cartoonish, and it's like, it just, So anyways, I meant to talk about the six-pack. I will get back to that, but I see that you have something to say.
Yeah, I just want to interject too. Like, that's something that Jean had to really work on, is owning her wealth and being okay with it, being comfortable with it. She wasn't always. She came from the nonprofit world where she was on boards and had really prestigious titles and was helping people get food who didn't have any, and she really does a lot of humanitarian work, and she was for a long time really embarrassed about the wealth that she lives in, and but yet was still really good at allowing it to come into her life. So to be okay with that and marry the worthiness and the wealth took her a long time. And I just want to point that out because everyone has a journey, and you can look at your heroes and know like, oh, they had to calibrate too. They had to do their meditation too. They had to focus on worthiness too. So I just wanted to add that in there.
Yeah, no, thank you for that, because she models that to us when every time we meet, which we're meeting at least once a month right now. That like, this is the beauty of a mastermind. Everybody in it is human, and everybody in it is kind of your idol, right? Like, like we all come with our own bag of insecurities and whatever we've got going on, and we're all amazing and incredible. And like we admire each other so much, and you can see how we're like hyping Jean up right now. This isn't like hype. It is hype, but it's not like just blowing sunshine out of our butt, right? Like we love and admire and respect. And this woman has like enhanced our lives in such an amazing way. And this is just one of the many ways. And six-pack. Now, where the conversation goes, right? So we started with like, let's talk about the amazingness of Jean, because she's amazing. And we could talk about her and all the ways that she has inspired us over the years for an hour. And yet where it went, right, in our drawing of cards, and it's like owning our own strength and a little bit about the physical. Why am I so healthy and strong? And then that led you into like, this is the year of the six-pack. And let me tell you that I had not declared that. And yes, I have had a six-pack in my life before. And tonight at my house, my old college coach is coming to speak to the the high school cross country athletes that I train and coach. And so my daughter and I were like looking through old pictures because we're trying to find pictures of myself when I was in college so that I could, like, we have a little PowerPoint presentation to introduce this guy. And lo and behold, what did we find? But like, Mom, check out your six pack. And the response to that, and me is like, it never went away. Like, right? It's still there. It might be hiding a little bit, but it's still there. And so that is what I'm taking from it, is like, just let it reveal your six pack. Like, stop hiding it. That's what's coming for me. It's like, it's still there. It didn't go anywhere. And I actually know how to bring it back out into the light. So thanks. That's a really long. Oh yeah.
Well, if I could draw a through line here for everybody, it's that you already know what you want, what brings you joy. Like, I knew all those years ago, like, what would really bring my joy, like what I could spend my day doing that would totally light me up. And I knew it, and I'd written it down, and I had a plan, and I did parts of that, but I never went all in. I never fully jumped in. I never got to my version of the Olympics, right? So, and I've been feeling lately steady enough and strong enough and inspired enough and happy enough and relaxed enough to be able to contemplate it again, and for it to come back to me, and for me to remember that, and for me to get all this confirmation today from 6 different sources now. And you have that. Like, you have, oh yeah, I remember this inspired idea came to me at some point in my life, even if it was when you were a little kid, that this could be a really, really fun way for me to live my life. And a lot of times, if we think it's going to be really fun, we just cross it off the list. So maybe there's something that's going to come to you. And if you've prepared your vibration enough, right? If you've relaxed, if you've meditated, if you've felt worthy enough, if you do that aligning and calibrating work that we talk about all the time, then you'll have enough confidence to listen to the idea again and to go for it, because that's all it takes. It's not that the idea had to wait, it's that you were lining up with it this whole time. So there's nothing off the list for you.
Rachel has to tell me that, like, all the time. All the time. Like, hey, you can relax. Remember that feeling? The idea? It's for you. It's there. You can relax and come into alignment with it. I feel like every call we have, Rachel, always goes back to that same thing. But girl, yes. When you said something helpful to me a while ago, it was something along the lines of, it just might not be ready yet. It might not be time yet, which is code for you haven't aligned with it yet, which is why we're like, ooh, it's time for another aligned up level, right? It's time to align. So, yeah.
Yeah. So if you have anything right now, you guys listening, what is that little idea for you? Do you want to share it? I'll share mine if you want. I know I said I wasn't going to, but because maybe there's still a little part of me that's like, oh, well, it won't translate, but I'm okay with that now. So so what was on my board all those years ago, 9 years ago, was that I wanted to have like tons and tons of content coming out, like a video every single day. And like one day it was a craft, and one day it was like, a mindset video. And then one day it was like an adventure. And so I had a tutorial for something. I just wanted to have a varied and like informational and educational and fun and follow along kind of a thing going on. And I didn't really know what to call it. I think I called it a membership back then. And I've had lots of memberships over the years, but never really relaxed into like the opening up of topics. And I'll tell you what's really funny. I've been on YouTube for 9 years now, and making my work videos, basically like mindset and psychic stuff and education and business. And I've consistently gotten between like 70 and 300 views, I guess, over the years for each video. And I did a van video. I was just going on a trip and I was like, oh, like, let me just shoot this van video because I mean, it's a big, 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 big joy of my life. This was 10 months ago and that got, I think it's up to 38,000 views right now. And then last week I was like, oh, let me update that van video. Like I can actually do a proper one. I wasn't even, it was just like 5 minutes long, that first one, because I was going away. And so I thought, let me really show everything. And that one I think is at 16, 18,000 views right now after a week. And so it's like when we relax, when we just do what we want to do and don't talk ourselves out of it, things can really go somewhere.
Okay, but here's what I love most about that is that is like that those van videos are now the window or the door, right? Where lots of people get to come into the world of Rachel. Lots of people are going to discover the amazingness of Rachel through that. And yeah, if you had put that on your board and tried to talk it through in a way that makes sense, right? Like people would be like, what a business plan is that? Or how do you make that, right? And that is the beauty of all of it. I love it. And of course, I can see it. This often happens, right? The things that we're like worried about or the things that don't make sense in our own brain. Like I've seen this for Rachel for so long. And every time she brings it up, I'm like, yeah, totally. Yeah. Like, of course, I see all that. But I love it. I love that it's happening. I love that you are relaxed enough to let it in. I love that you are making quilting videos and you're doing all of the things because it feels fun. And because we now are in a place where we can really recognize it's enough. If you feel inspired to do it, you're meant to do it. You don't have to worry about the why or the how or the when, because Rachel could put that van video up and no one could look at it for 15 years. And then all of a sudden, 15 years from now, van life becomes, I'm using this as an example, but van life becomes the latest thing. And Rachel's like this huge, like everything else comes into place, right? It is all about trusting the feeling and then aligning. If it takes you one day or 15 years, does it really matter? One day is usually better, but.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I don't regret doing all of those videos because I agree, like somebody's going to see them at some point, or it's okay. I had fun doing it. I just love making content. But yeah, so I was in that place for a long time. And Zach, I mean, and I'm like, we're always in that place about something, right? It's not like we outgrow the growing and aligning journey. It's always happening. But he was saying, and what you were saying about having a vision and dismissing it until you're aligned enough to try is where I am. Yeah. Because you're growing. That's what happens when you're growing.
And also, Zach, you're triggering me with the word try. Right? If you feel like you have to try at it, like there will be a day where you're like, I'm just going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, don't try. Don't. Try is so much like effort. I feel like the word try means that you're going to effort really hard and not achieve. Right? Like, so why do that? Like, just relax, wait till you're ready and then do it.
Yeah, totally. You know, it's funny. I'll tell you a little bit more about my dream. So I was at the Olympics and for figure skating. And I realized, oh my God, I'm on tomorrow and I haven't figure skated in 20 years. That was my realization. And I thought to myself, well, I must have gotten here somehow. So maybe I must have qualified. So maybe I just had a really lucky time after not being on the ice for 20 years. And so then I thought, well, this is insane. I have to pull out. I have to let someone else do this for me. And so I sat down in my dream and I asked my higher self, is this the most beneficial thing for me to do right now in my dream? And I got a yes, that I should compete. I should compete in the Olympics. And then I remembered, like, oh, they must provide some a training area and a coach. So I must have a coach somewhere and I must have a training area. So even though I didn't know how I got there, and even though I was completely unprepared, I still had a day to work with a coach to get to where I wanted to be. And I was there for a reason. So I like that even if we doubt ourselves, like it sounds like, Zach, you might be doubting yourself, or Guillaume, maybe you doubt yourself sometime. We all do. You have that idea and you're in that spot for a reason. So even if you need to call on some assistance, like I did with that coach, somebody's there. You can ask questions, you can go online, you can learn a little bit more about what it is that you're feeling anxious about, but don't doubt that you're there and you're having that desire and that inspiration for a reason, because you're ready if you have the idea to at least take the next step. Maybe not, go all the way, but you're there.
Rachel, I'm so excited about that dream. I'm so excited about that dream. And actually talking about dreams is going to bring me all the way back to Jean, because she also is like so into dreaming, and she has a process about like, she's very involved with her. There's a fly just going around my head there. She's very involved with her like waking dreams, but also good gracious, sorry, sidetracked. Also with her night dreams. And I'm super jealous because I don't often remember my night dreams, but she's like her night dreams are kind of part of like her daily life. And I am like loving it. She's like somebody who I go to when I'm like, I had a dream about this. And she's like really, really good at helping when I can remember my dreams. But Rachel, girl, I am so excited about your dream because yeah, you're there at the Olympics. You're there for a reason. You're trusting your process. I just think like, this is like, you can't fathom how you got there. Like, I didn't work. Did I even try out? But there you are on the big stage, living not just your dream, but like every little girl's dream, like that big. And I just love it because I know the implications for what is happening in your life. And like, it's just, to me, that's massive confirmation that like, nope, yep, you're here. You're in the right place. It's fine.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. And Zach, I'm sorry because I got on you with the try. He's like, I was just quoting Rachel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Zach says he's feeling aligned and acting on something that he thought of and dismissed a long time ago. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're never trying to pick on you. Like, the thing is, everybody here has big things going on. And one of the things that used to worry me or bother me was like, okay, so I'm a coach. I'm like a leader in this alignment world, right? I need to look like I have everything together. I thought that for a long time. And I would say I do. I have everything together, but that doesn't mean that my life isn't still a little messy or like rough around the edges or bumpy, or like if I, talk to someone, it could seem like things are a lot crazier than they really are. And so, but I'm over that now. Like, I don't care what people perceive about me. And I'm happy to be messing things up and having piles of shit in the corner and like, looking like I'm all over the place sometimes, because I'm having a lot of fun. And so whenever you guys talk about, maybe things that aren't going so great, or you're bumping into issues, like, we know you guys are amazing. You have everything going for you. And yeah, you're going to look a little ruffled from time to time, but we don't think any less of you for that. Like, everything's going great.
Okay, we have to talk about that for a hot second, because we got to this call today and Rachel's like, oh man, I was like, I look so bald. I look so bald today because my hair's in a ponytail and I need to do my roots. So I came and I was like, I look so bald. And you guys, I ran before this, which I used to not show up on video unless I like hair was done and I lipstick and the whole thing. And I was like, before this, I was showing Rachel, like, there's literally dirt on me, like right now, because I just got back from a run, right? So yay that. And Rachel, but you guys aren't looking at me being like, she looks bald and dirty. Like, right? You're just like, hey, Carrie's here. And Rachel showed up. Thank you, Guillaume. Rachel showed up and she was like, I'm looking tired. I'm like, so this is what I love. It's like, no, I don't look at Rachel and see she looks tired. I look at Rachel and just see Rachel, see how amazing she is. And I love it that you were like, I used to think that I had to have my stuff together. And now here I am in front of a glitter rainbow cloud wall. And it like there was a time Rachel thought she had to look more like a serious businesswoman, right? And, you know, no more. Now we can just show up and be ourselves and know that that is enough. Is more than enough. So if you needed that bit of encouragement today, that yeah, you are amazing and incredible, and all of the things that you're worried about people looking at, people really aren't looking at them anyways. So just do what you feel inspired to do. Play the game, draw a card.
Yeah, or even, you know, the no cost, make yourself a little oracle deck. Write down what you want to remind yourself of. And if you have any projects that you want help choosing from, you get to make whatever you want, right? Put affirmations on it, put projects, whatever would help you the most. And, you know, you could even decorate them. I didn't because I'm boring, but you can.
Jean would totally decorate them. Jean would have like cute little drawings on all of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either, Rachel.
I know. Well, thank you for joining us for such a fun day. This was awesome. Yeah, make a game of it, says Zach. Perfection. Well, I'm excited about everything that you guys have going on. I'm excited that you're going to have a little more fun now and come to the Aligned Up level. It's going to be a ridiculously rad time and you're not going to regret it. So you can go to the link below or go to intuitiveart.com and go to workshops at the top. Go over to September. It's September 1, 2, and 3. It's only $55. You get access to all 3 days, all the sessions. There's even like coaching on GoToMeeting at the end of each day with me and Carrie. And it's just incredible. Everyone loves it.
And I just had an inspired idea. So do this or don't if you feel inspired. But you guys, what if Rachel says there's a link below to this? What if we just all decided to be Jean's hype people? Like, doesn't that sound fun? Doesn't that sound fun? Like, what if we could just, all of us, be the hype person? Buy the game. I'm going to buy another copy of the game tomorrow and also tell people about it. Post about it. I just bought this game. I'm so excited. So if you feel inspired to do that, do it. Some of my favorite things to do is lift other people up. So
it feels good.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. I will see you next week. And Carrie is off for the week. So we're going to have some other fun things to do. All right.
I'm kind of sad to miss. You always do the good stuff, and I'm like catching it on replay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here.